And it's live. Just wait for it to come up on my PlayStation. I'm not offline, you fuck nugget. There we go. Oh, imagine getting ads on my own.
I don't like the fact I still can't see you. Centurion's Darwin Núñez is about to carry me to back 10 wins.
He didn't.
Zach's live on Twitch.
Bloody hell. Right, cool. So that is all up and going. Actually, I do need to just double check that the desktop audio is there.
That glare is crazy. Like,
Yeah. Wait, that lighting is hard.
Oh,
That lighting is sick, fam.
I got boff lighting.
Right, are we ready for this yet? You ready for this?
Come on.
Ma. Okie dokie. Get into character.
Okay.
Pull up my trousers. Oh yeah, sorry, it's just for a beer. Right. Let's get this shizzle on the nizzle.
Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of the Build Different podcast. I know, it's a sick name. I thought of it myself. And today, we have a very special guest. Some might say my idol when it comes to this world. We have Connor JD.
Evening. Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome to the stream, to the podcast. I probably will be here lots, probably won't be here enough, but we're going to get this show on the road. This is something that's been in the making for me and Zach for ages, but we won't go into that. I'm here, representing the Lego Shed, representing Minds Combined, representing all things Tottenham, and let's get this show on the road.
Couldn't have even said it better myself. So yeah, so it is a concept that me and Connor have had for a very long time, but now we're actually putting it into action. And here we are. Christmas has come around the corner, so you know we have to be repping our Christmas jumpers. And leading up until Christmas, I want everybody who comes on this podcast to wear a Christmas jumper. If they don't, then I'm going to think of a forfeit for them to do.
Yeah.
Sounds like a then.
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, something like that. But no, yeah. So we have 3 topics that we are going to talk about today. The first one is, of course, the event that happened on Saturday. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Not going to go into very much details because we're just going to have a very dedicated time of talking about that. The second one, we are both going to give our Premier League team of the season so far. So that's probably going to cause some arguments. So stay tuned for that. And finally, we're going to talk about Thomas Tuchel being England's new manager and how we think that he's going to do with the England job. Would you like to add anything there, Connor?
Well, all I'm just going to say is Chelsea manager being an England manager. Ugh, but we'll get to that. We'll get to it.
Okay. So first things first. The Netflix first live sporting event ever. So we both stayed up and watched it.
Yeah,
Wish it didn't.
unfortunately.
Wish it didn't. I mean, the rest of the card I thought was pretty good. Like, the Serrano and Katie Taylor fight was fucking crazy. Like, oh my god.
I saw so much for that. Saying that she threw over 100 punches more and she got a point deducted and still lost.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
mental.
I mean, for me, it was when her eye was like literally hanging off, like crazy. Like, oh my god, like not for the faint of heart, honestly, not for the faint of heart. So, Connor, we'll start with you. How did the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson pan out for you?
It went exactly pretty much how I thought it was going to. If I don't care that Tyson's 58, man. If you're going to get smacked in the face by him, you're going down. And you saw in multiple points during the fight, Tyson would throw a jab, and then Jake would be like, whoa. And then Tyson himself realising, okay, let me just hold it back a bit, I need to get paid. So he was doing getting lighter, giving him more lighter jabs. And then the bow. When Jake did the bow at the beginning, I really just wanted just go bang, uppercut, see you later, game, set and match. But yeah, we knew what was getting into going into it. We knew it was just going to be Jake getting his comeuppance for obviously losing to Tommy Fury. He needed to bounce back, and Tyson is one way of doing it.
Arguably the greatest of all time.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that he come out one day and said that, I'd beat Tyson at any stage of his career.
Are you? Yeah.
What?
Like, shut up.
Sorry?
Shut up, Jake.
No.
Just shut up. So my thoughts were, there were so many points at the fight where you could see that Tyson, he could have just thrown a left hook and it would have been lights out for Jake. Like,
yeah.
Especially within like the first 30 seconds of the fight. That fight on another day, if Tyson wasn't 58 years old, that's it. 30 seconds, he's gone. Like, just the way he was shaping up. But the one thing, like, a lot of people were saying he looked very stiff. Like, Tyson looked very stiff. I mean, yes, he's 58. However, I mean, just the fact that he threw like 17, like landed 17 punches in 8 rounds. Like, even a type. Yeah, exactly. Like they definitely had a no knockout clause, all of that jazz. Like it was frustrating to watch because in my opinion, Mike Tyson has now tarnished his legacy. Like, he should have never taken that fight in the first place. Like,
I can't help that it's all of this is all Theo Baker's fault.
Yeah.
Like, all because he lost to Joe Weller, and then Joe Weller fought KSI, and then all of that happened, and then YouTube boxing became a thing, and then Jake Paul got involved, and now we're here.
Yeah.
It's all because of Theo Baker.
And also a little like honourable mention on the card, Winston Nunes, a Misfits boxer, was on a Jake Paul event, which means, could that possibly mean that Jake Paul might be fighting on Misfits?
I mean, Tommy Fury's fighting on Misfits.
Yes, he is.
Sure.
Yes, I did. That's January, no?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think
I mean, Manic.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Darren Till is I mean, obviously UFC, but from what I can remember of him in UFC, he was a decent striker. But realistically, it's a fight that Tom has taken to make sure he gets a fight under his belt that's not controversial. That's, in my opinion, that's what it is. Because obviously, his last 2 fights have been against Jake Paul and KSI. He's struggled against both of them. I mean, got the win on both of them, so fair play for Tommy for doing that. But realistically, for a professional boxer with his record, he should have knocked them both out.
He should have knocked both YouTube boxers out clean.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Like, what is going on?
But that also going about where 20th of November is the next Misfits card, I think. Gibbon Slim.
Yes. That's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be a very good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching that. Definitely will be watching that.
The streaming for Misfits is very good. Netflix, on the other hand, those servers were horrible. Honestly, awful.
But no, but it was fine up until the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
It's because so many people just tuned
exactly
into that one.
Exactly.
Which makes me think there's a certain Netflix deal that happens in January. Which is going to involve live telebroadcasts
twice a week.
3 times a week.
Yeah.
And if I'm having to watch the show that I love every single week, and it's like that,
Yeah, no.
It's not looking good. Like,
No.
For anyone that doesn't know, we're referencing WWE. They're got a deal with Netflix for however long, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be different, but the streaming service, they need to step it up if they're gonna.
I mean, the thing with Netflix, like realistically, they're probably the biggest streaming platform in the world.
Yeah.
They have all they have to do is add on some more servers. And realistically, for the money that they bring in every day, it won't be that big of a dent to them. And hopefully they would have acknowledged that that's probably what the issue is. And hopefully come January when Raw and SmackDown are both on Netflix, hopefully
Apparently, NXT will be on it as well.
Ooh. I mean, it's a natural progression. I don't really see it happening from January because obviously they've just NXT have just
CW,
they've just started there. So maybe next year, maybe 2026 NXT will be there. But
there have been rumours and posters about the first show on Netflix. Obviously, there's going to be someone that you can't see there, and then a certain Seth Rollins' wife could be returning on that day. But this is for a different podcast.
Yeah, we can talk about we can do a whole WWE one at a later time. I mean, also next weekend is War Games.
There you go.
Maybe we'll do a live reaction. Maybe we'll do a live reaction.
I might be a bit late to it.
I mean, all you've got to do is join. So.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll do a live reaction. Let us know in the comments if you would like to see a Survivor Series War Games live reaction. If not, we'll just record it and we'll post it the day after. No problem at all.
I just wanted to talk about something that happened during the Tyson and
Go for it.
Jake event in general.
Go for it.
So I'm trying to watch boxing, and I've got a certain Sydney Thomas in my face. And allegedly she's quite an attractive lady. Arguably, some people say she made the event. For anyone who didn't know, it's the blonde lady with the two
great personalities.
She completely carried the event for me, and she was just fantastic from round one in the first fight to the last round in the Tyson Paul fight. She just looked great, seemed great, was just great. So shout out to Sydney Thomas. Thank you for making the event the way it was.
And the last thing I will say on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson event is thank God we didn't have to pay anything extra.
There was
Thank God.
There was going to be like another fee, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'll be real. If that was the case, it was definitely not worth paying extra for it.
Yeah, no. I mean, if it was just a Serrano fight, then maybe. But
I mean, to be fair, Barrios and Ramos was a very good fight. Like, they went to war for 12 rounds. Like, very good fight. How Barrios still won, I have no idea. But
yeah.
I'm not going to say the C word. I ain't going to say the C word. Corruption. Right, shall we move on? He's got a Pepsi Max. Pepsi, if you'd like to sponsor us, I'd be more than happy. Thank you. You don't even have to give me money, just give me a lifetime supply of Pepsi Max and I'm happy.
That so refreshing, especially when I'm doing a podcast. Wow. Anyway, moving on. So, Premier League team of the season so far. Probably the moment that everyone's been waiting for because this could cause some issues. So we're halfway through the season. Like, if you took the international breaks away, this is the midway point. So I feel like this is a perfect time to do it. To see everyone's had enough time, managers, players, new signings have all had enough time to prove themselves and go, right, this is what we're doing this year. Obviously Liverpool on top of every single table that they can. I feel like they're fucking a girl in a nightclub just getting on top of all the tables. Liverpool have been amazing this year, and for myself, I said that they'd have a fall off. I said in the 8 games or the 9 games that you had from the end of October to the start of November, when you had to play Madrid, you had to play City, Brighton twice, Bayer Leverkusen, I was like, yeah, they've fallen off. Nope. 7 wins and a draw. I said that you were going to finish 5th. You're currently 1st. It's crazy. So, spoiler alert, there's quite a few Liverpool players in my team of the season so far.
And there was always going to be Liverpool players in my one. If anyone doesn't know that I am a Liverpool fan, I know, shoot me. I'm just waiting for Kieran to be like, you don't sound Scouse. Shout at you, Kieran. But yeah, like, as a Liverpool fan, I think even Connor will say that I had my I was skeptical going into the season, and I still think it's too early. Because obviously we have Southampton this weekend and then City the weekend after. I think that City game is massive. If we can come away with 3 points, like City is going to be the game. If we can come away with all 3 points against City, that's where we can properly say, okay, maybe we can do it.
We spoke about this before. We were looking at your fixture list, and I was going, right, draw, loss, draw, win, right? And then we looked at Southampton, and we both looked at each other, and we went, you're going to go on a run, and then that's going to be the game that you lose.
Yep.
It's just good. Like the run where you got beat by, was it Watford?
Yes.
Like, where did Watford come from?
Yeah, because
Southampton, a team that you could arguably say, you can't say it now, but arguably they're already down.
Yeah.
Like we've seen enough. Watford were already down, took 3 points. I reckon if you do lose to Southampton, you batter City, and you beat Madrid.
I think we beat Madrid regardless. I think it's the best time to play Real Madrid. Like Real Madrid have always been the team that always is a pain in my arse when it comes to playing in the Champions League. But I'm going into this game with a lot of confidence, especially how we've been playing in the Champions League as well. Look, last game out against Leverkusen, arguably the best team in the world last season, and we absolutely battered them.
Is it at Anfield you're going against?
Yes.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
as long as Mo Salah doesn't put a tweet out saying revenge,
yeah, we'll be fine.
right.
We'll be fine. But I want to get out. If we get through the rest of this run of fixtures, we're nearly out of them now. Like we've just got we've done the hard bit really, because I think Arsenal and Leverkusen were probably the most difficult out of those teams, and drew with Arsenal at the Emirates, massive result, and obviously battered Leverkusen. I mean, there's still not going to be easy games. Like I don't think we're going to put 8 past City, but
I mean, you're facing City and Real Madrid at the perfect time.
Yes.
Both of them are out of form. Both of them are insecure.
Yeah.
Like it's
missing vital players as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know exactly what's going to happen if you don't beat them.
Yeah. I know.
No, but he's done.
I'm actually so I thought we'd be okay. I always maintained that we'd be okay. I thought top 4, we'd get top 4, but with 5 points clear on the top of the league, top of the Champions League, I didn't expect to be in November, possibly thinking about a title charge. I did not expect that. I thought we'd be in and around between 6th and 4th, but I mean, and it's hard to argue that we're not the best team in the world right now. It really is.
No.
It's really hard.
Lost what?
One
Twice
game.
This season?
One.
Once.
And that was against Forest, who are 3rd.
Forest are going mental at the moment.
Exactly. And that's why if picking out of the teams that we have played, and the game that we lost to against was Forest, and we're oh, it's Forest. But how good Forest been this season? The only thing I'm annoyed about was that it was at home. That's the only thing I was annoyed about. But no, we've gone on another tangent. So now shall we do these team of the season so far? Would you like to go first or? Would you like to go first or second? We'll go position by position, and then we'll.
Okay. I'll go second.
Okay. What formation are you playing in? Just so we know position wise?
Well, it's in 4-3-3.
Okay, that's
I've
fine.
got a DM, a centre mid, and an attacking
Yeah,
midfielder.
yeah. Similar to mine. Right, so my goalkeeper is Brentford's Mark Flecken. I think Brentford have been really good this season. Obviously, scoring in the first minute 3 times already this season, which is, I think, it's mental. Like, you do it once, it's sick. But you do it 3 times, you just got to give the hats off.
Wasn't it 3 times in a row as well?
Something like that, yeah. Because it was against you, against
We did against City.
yeah, and was it Arsenal the
And
other
then
one?
another team.
Was it Arsenal?
I think it was Palace.
Possibly. I can't really remember, but yeah. But I looked into some stats and stuff, and it shows that Brentford have faced the most shots this season, and the fact that they're still where they are. What, where are they? 5th?
I think they're up between like 5th and 9th.
Yeah. So with facing the most shots, I think Mark Flecken has done an amazing job. So that's why he is there in my goalkeeper spot.
Well, I've also gone for a goalkeeper that's not in the top big 6, should we say. I'm just going to pull up the Premier League table right now, just for reference. Yeah, here we go. So, okay, Brentford are in 11th, but they're on 16 points, which is 9 points off of 3rd. So, that's fantastic, I guess. Yeah, so my goalkeeper is Sells from Nottingham Forest.
Good shout. Good shout.
I think that to be where they are, Forest have lost twice all season. Yeah, they've had a few draws, but this man, he just comes out and just saves everything. Like, there's been so many comparisons to him and Schmeichel. The way he is, the way he comes out and collects the ball, etc. And for Forest, we stole their best player last year, and they were awful. And then this year, they've not even bought that many. I think they've got 2 or 3 new signings this year. One of them being... No, he was there last year, wasn't he? Didn't really see much of him, Mr. Old Christopher Wood.
No, yeah.
But, yeah, they've just made brilliant deals in the summer, and January around the corner could be scary for us, in Spurs being us and the rest of the league. Obviously, the City, Arsenal, Liverpool will be all right, but top 4 push, if Forest do well in the transfer market,
they've got a genuine shout. Genuine shout.
Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on, should we do back 4?
Would you want to do it all together, or do you want to do it? I think we'll just do it one by one.
Okay.
So go right back.
Yeah.
You can go first this time.
Okay. My right back is Pedro Porro.
Shock.
He's been the best right back in the league for, well, since he joined in January 23, and he was deemed the worst signing of the season from that, and then he came in under Ange the next season, and even this season, and he's been like a fish to water. Obviously going through the City Academy and coming out here, and this year scoring, assisting, crucial tackles in the final third. Time wasting, he's good at that. He's a very good shithouse. And the only person that can actually chat to him is Trent. But obviously, Trent, he either has a blinder or we barely see him.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Porro has been that consistent all season, so that's why I've picked him over Trent on this occasion.
Okay. And funny enough, my right back is Trent. I think this season especially, the whole Trent can't defend thing has now been officially debunked. Like, I think defensively he has been so good this season. I mean, obviously, like, Martinelli did tear him a new one, but we won't talk about that. But overall, defensively especially this season, I think Trent has been phenomenal. Like, I think he's got the most recoveries as well. Again, highest tackle success rate. Like, when it comes to what he's known for, like his passing ability and stuff, especially in the last couple of games, he's not been great. Like, but he's had a few off games, but I think overall, I think he's the best best right back in the league. I think he's the best right back in the world. Just because we know what he can do, and he has under Slot taken like he'd be like, oh, you know what, like defensively I haven't been where I need to be, and another credit to Slot how he's made Trent not even just into being the modern fullback, but he's molded him into a standard fullback as well. Like now when I see a winger going 1-on-1 with Trent, I'm like, yeah, Trent's got this. Like Trent's got this. Like he's fine. Like whereas like
prior seasons wasn't exactly that case.
Exactly. Like I'm thinking like especially when like last season when he would come into the midfield, it put a lot of emphasis onto who was playing right centre back because he had to obviously cover his position. But now he doesn't really do that as much anymore. Like he's gone back to where he first started out, where he just hugs the line. And for me, all he needs to do is pick up his form, and I think he's got a very good shout going into being the best right back in the league for the rest of the season. And I'm hoping and praying he signs a new deal, because I don't want to see him in a Real Madrid shirt.
Yeah, he might be lifting that La Liga title in May if anything goes well.
I bloody hope not. Right, should we go on to the first centre back?
I think do both centre backs at the same time.
Okay. So my centre back partnership is, surprise, is Konate and Van Dijk. I think that they are the best partnership in the world. I also think that Van Dijk is still the best centre back in the world, even though he's not at his like peak times like he was in 2019 season. But I still think that you still no one comes close to Van Dijk. Like how he makes defending look so easy. Like he's always got that yard on someone who's attacking him, and just how comfortable he is on the ball, and how like his crossfield balls are unreal as well. And the funny thing is, he's not been our best centre back this season. That has been for Konate. Konate has been absolutely unreal this season. Shout out to him as well. He captained France last night, so adding a bit of leadership to him as well.
French centre back.
Who?
That plays in the Prem.
Who? Yeah, no, I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, the one who gets sent off.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name though.
Neither.
Nah.
Didn't he have his best years at like, Marseille?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But again, just going back to Konate, like quick, strong, big bollocks. Like honestly, he has been an absolute monster this season. And
I was wondering what he was going to say.
But no, I think Konate probably has been the best defender in the league so far this season. You just can't get past him. If you try and get round him, he'll beat you to the ball. If you try and go through him, he's going to flatten you. And he's also chipped in a few goals this season as well. So, yeah, my centre back partnership, of course, is the Liverpool boys, Van Dijk and Konate.
My centre backs, we just one's Konate, okay? We've spoken about him enough. I don't want to start glazing it. Konate's also in there. But the other one, I've got Gabriel. I feel Van Dijk is obviously Van Dijk. He does what he needs to do. But we've seen it. It's not to discredit him in any way, shape or form. But I feel like Gabriel this year, he's gone from being the guy that partners with Saliba to being the guy that Saliba partners with.
Yep.
He's been doing everything for Arsenal. Scoring, cutting the line, literally doing everything. Like, he scored against us.
He did. It was a good little finish as well.
It was. I don't want to sit there and go, we're amazing at defending set pieces, because we're not. But Gabriel's just different gravy this season. Like, he's just been mental. Obviously, Van Dijk's still he, in my opinion.
He's the measuring stick.
But just out of... Well, class is temporary. Class is permanent, but form right now, Gabriel, I think, is over Van Dijk at the minute.
That's what I like. I don't hate it because I think that like I've always been I'm very pro Gabriel because I've always think he's very underrated. Obviously he gets a lot of stick because obviously, like you say, he was the guy that partners Saliba, but especially in those games that Saliba was suspended, he really like showed up, and not to glaze Arsenal, but like I think if Gabriel was on that pitch against us, I don't think we would have scored that second goal. Because he had the entire front three locked off. Like we struggled. Like our goal came from a corner with a little flick and Van Dijk put it in. But like that, I think that second goal, Salah's goal, I don't think it happens if Gabriel's on the pitch.
And then we have a lot of Arsenal fans go, look at us.
Yeah, that's why.
So I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. Left back. Who is your left back?
So he drinks Estrella, he eats the paella. I feel like the left backs this year in the Prem, they've been underwhelming.
There's no S tier left backs.
Yeah. Like obviously last year it being the doggy was.
He was quality last season. He was so good.
I don't know what's happened to him. Honestly, he gets the ball now and tries to drive into midfield, and I'm like, I don't have any confidence anymore. But yeah, Cucurella in a Chelsea side, which has been overperforming in terms of comparison of last season. They towards the end of last season they started going very well, but this year, mate, they've lost. Is it twice, 3 times? And
something like that, yeah.
their first loss was in the first game of the season against City, and then they went on a run.
And I also still think that Chelsea were the better side in that game.
They just got unlucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cucurella has been since being decked by Haaland, has just been brilliant at left back, man.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. He's definitely up there for me. However, we've got to somehow fit in a City player here, and my left back is Gvardiol. I think when he was at Leipzig playing centre back and how he's had to transition into a left back, and he's doing it exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And Gvardiol also being a right-footed player who's playing at left back, I think is very impressive. And when City play well, he's usually the person who's pulling the strings after, especially after the Rodri injury. And like I said about Konate, he's scored a few goals this season. And who was he playing with? Bennett top corner. Can't remember who it was. Brighton.
I think it was Brighton when he ran the pitch.
Yeah, and then just banged it top corner. Like that is.
Buried it.
And the thing is, it's not even the first time he's done that. Like that, I think he's definitely up there, in like the best in his position in the complete world football.
Fair enough.
Shall we go for our sixes?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
Right. So, my 6 is. You have to bear with me because the person that you're probably thinking is in there, but as an out and out 6, I've gone for Moises Caicedo. I think him and Palmer are the reason why Chelsea are performing like they are, because he's the player that gives Palmer the freedom to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He wins the ball back, drives with it, plays Palmer. Palmer will either score or make something happen. And I think without that that central part of Chelsea's team, they aren't where they are. And how as well he's taken Lavia under his wing, because I think that honourable mention to Lavia, I think he has been fucking unreal this season.
Yeah.
Which I'm a bit salty about because obviously both of them could have signed for us, but we don't need to talk about that. But I think Caicedo probably, barring one player, has been probably one of the best midfielders in the league so far this season.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear it. I've got Caicedo as well. He's just, from going and being £100 million flop last year to this, like what's happened to this Chelsea side? It's not just a change of manager.
No.
Like something's happened. I don't know whether Bowley's buying them this expensive juice that's giving them all this boost, but I'm scared. For the first time in ages, I'm scared to face Chelsea because I feel like they're gonna come at us and then they're gonna beat us. And Caicedo and Palmer, you could argue Jackson as well.
He's been quality.
Fantastic. What happened? What happens at the Chelsea training camp?
Oh yeah.
Oh, mad.
Right.
Number 8. I feel like we've both got the same one here. So if we do a 3-2-1 and then say it,
yep.
I reckon it will be exactly the same. 3, 2, 1.
Gravenberch.
Yeah.
I'll let you explain your reasons why first.
Like someone his size, as in his height. How does man move like that? He's gliding through midfield like it's nothing. The last person I've seen at his size glide through like that, and he wasn't even as big as him, was Moussa Dembele. That like you cannot get the ball off of this man. He gets past the midfield, your defender steps an inch too far forward, boom, he's found Salah. Boom, he's found Diaz. Nunez, yeah. Because it's a bit 50-50 what he's going to do, you know.
Yeah.
But Salah and Diaz, you know there's going to be an end product. And it's from this Titan in midfield just bossing everything. He was at Bayern and people are like, what the hell is this kid? He's so bad. And Klopp obviously went, let's give this kid a shot. Boom. It's mental. Absolutely, completely. Where's he come from? And now he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League this season.
I mean, just to add on to that, like how last season when we signed him, I mean, £16 million is a steal in this day and age. And I'll admit he wasn't fantastic last season. By no means was he bad, but when Wataru Endo is starting in front of you, something's wrong. But yeah, I've watched every single Liverpool game so far this season, and he has definitely been our best player. Just like you say, how he just glides through that midfield, how he can just take it. Like he doesn't even need to touch the ball to take it on the turn; he just lets it run, and he's gone. And especially like how we were getting absolutely scrutinised for not signing anyone in the summer. Do we need to?
Yeah.
That's my question.
You clearly spent money on the development of Gravenberch.
Exactly, and just to add on to you, like, I think he is the best midfielder in the Premier League this season. I think he shows a bit of Rodri in him. Obviously, obviously Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, best player in the world at the moment. He just is, and I see a lot of similarities between him and Rodri. I just think that Gravenberch is a bit quicker. A bit more comfortable on the ball, and like you say, like when he breaks that line, he's going to play in the Diaz, he's going to play in the Salah, he's going to play in the Gakpo, and something's going to happen. And defensively as well, he's fucking brilliant. Like going into January, I don't want there's been rumours about trying to go back in for Zubimendi, and I think that bridge has been burnt. Fuck Zubimendi. Don't want him anywhere near my club.
I think Zubimendi is nailed on to go City anyway.
And he's going to be...
because they need that DM.
And as soon as Rodri's back, he's going to be playing for the under-21s. But, yeah, I think for Gravenberch, for me, I wouldn't quite say best player in the league, but I would definitely say best midfielder in the league. I think...
like that.
And I also think our number 10 is the same as well.
Yeah.
Should we do another 3-2-1? Should we do another 3-2-1?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do it. 3, 2, 1, Palmer.
Kulusevski. No, I'm trying. One, Kulusevski's not even a 10. But, yeah, Palmer just proving that he's better than Saka.
I agree.
I don't care what anyone says. Oh, they're different roles, different. No, their role is to create and score chances or assist chances in their team. Whether you're a 10 or you're a right wing, your job is the same thing. Final third, make sure you contribute to getting that ball in the back of the net. And Cole Palmer currently is one of the best at it.
Yep.
There's another person in the league that's smashing goals and assists every single week, but that's fine. But Palmer is just...
He's just unreal.
Man's not hot, man's freezing.
Cole Palmer. I mean, yeah, there's not much you could really say about Cole Palmer because everyone knows it. Like, especially like coming into that Chelsea team last season, when they were shocking, and the reason why Chelsea got where they were last season was because of Cole Palmer. And I don't care. I don't like people saying about his goals last season. Like, a lot of them came from penalties. What was he supposed to do? Fucking miss them on purpose? Like,
oh, people are going to call me a pen merchant. Let me just put this one over the bar.
Exactly. Like, and it's looking promising for his England career as well. I think a little teaser for when we do talk about Thomas Tuchel. If he builds that team around Cole Palmer, we win the World Cup. Genuinely.
100%. Not even 100%, 125%. We've got to win it.
But no, okay, so that's enough Cole Palmer glazing. Right wing or left wing?
We'll go left wing.
Okay.
Because I feel like our right wing's the same.
Oh yeah, 100% it is. Brent Johnson, what? So, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first this time.
Alright.
I've been... Right, so this player, if I pick this player, he doesn't necessarily play left wing, but he's got to go in the team somehow. Chemistry. I'm stuck between Visser and I'm stuck between Mbeumo. I'm trying to think in my mind who's been more beneficial, and I've got, being a stat merchant, I'm looking at the goals and the assists and the expected goals and the ratings. I'm putting Brian Mbeumo at left wing, purely because of the fact Brentford got rid of Tony, and then everyone thought the worst for them. Everyone thought, done out, see you later.
Yep.
And Mbeumo, the 4 times that Brentford have scored in the first minute, 3 of them are him.
And he got the assist for the other one.
And he got the assist for the other one. And he's just consistent the entire time. I would... Son, I love you. Great swap.
Yeah.
I'd take Mbeumo in a heartbeat. A man that can take on his defender with confidence and put that ball in the box or put it in the bottom corner. Yeah. And Mbeumo's just...
Yeah.
He's different gravy, bruv.
Yeah. Funny enough, I also have Brian Mbeumo at left wing. I just like going on, like, because obviously I did make a video about Premier League team this season, which is on my YouTube. So if you want to go and give that a watch, please do. But yeah, so just reiterate what I said on my video. When something happens for Brentford, it's usually through Mbeumo. I just think that since Tony left, like you said, he has been the guy to step up. And usually when stuff happens for Brentford, he's at the helm of it, whether he's scoring or assisting.
It's different gravy. And I keep forgetting that how young he is. Like, everyone thinks that he's this old player, and like he's just really not.
No, he's not.
Where is his age? He's 25.
It's crazy. He's not even hit his prime yet. Not even hit his prime yet.
I'm older than him.
When's his birthday?
7th of August.
Fucking hell, I'm a month younger than him.
I'm older than Brian Mbeumo.
That's
and he's dunking on
crazy.
my club.
That's crazy. That is wild. Didn't dog on mine though.
Maybe in the reverse picture.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Should we just get the right winger out of the way?
Yeah, I mean it's Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Consistent, like honestly.
And like I said earlier about both Gravenberch and Palmer, Mohamed Salah is the best player in the Premier League, and I will not hear anything else. He is an all-timer. He is the greatest winger to ever play in the Premier League. He's only won the one league title, but realistically that's because of Man City, 115. But
My Carabao Cup.
But yeah, like Mohamed Salah, he gets said that he's not a good footballer. He can't do this, he can't do that, but he proves it week in, week out. Even when he does have a bad game, he scores or he gets an assists. I mean, the guy's got.
Yeah,
we're in the middle of November, and the guy's already got 20 goal contributions across all competitions. He's got the most goal contributions in the league. 31, 32, like, and he's still producing numbers, and like, it's just I'm hoping that he does sign an extension, just so like whether it is going to be Chiesa or whether it's going to be someone that we bring in January in the summer, just to learn from him. But like best. I think based on current form, he probably is the best player in the world as well. Like he's just incredible, and he's a joy to watch because a lot of people don't actually watch him. They just see him losing the ball once and they say, "Oh, he's a shit footballer." But no, like if you see he makes things happen, like those little Trivela crosses into the box, like he's just a joy to watch. He really is.
Like sometimes I look at him and I think, you are the most unaesthetically pleasing footballer I've ever seen in my life. But then like he finds the way to just do it. Like he runs like Rentju. He's sprinting, and I'm like, he looks like such a weirdo, and then he just bangs it top corner, and people like will go, oh, no right foot. Okay, and the Iron Robin comparison. He's better than Robin. Come for me. I do not care.
I agree. I agree.
Better than Iron Robin.
I agree.
Like Robin was one-dimensional. Salah used to be one-dimensional and did the same thing over and over again. You saw that goal that he scored against Chelsea where he fucking knuckled it in the top corner. But he's just got so much more to his game every year. I feel like I'm watching a teenager going into his early 20s. He's just adapting every season. Like he's got the most goals on the opening day.
Yep.
He's so close to tying and beating Henry's record.
Yep.
If he gets 20 goals and assists this year or more in the Prem, I'm sorry, but the attackers, the best attackers in the Premier League 11, it's gonna be Ronaldo, Salah, and Kane, and I don't care about anything else. Like Henry can do one at this point.
I mean,
cool. Henry was this massive guy back in his time, but like Salah's just different.
It's the same as well. It's the same as well. Like I think he's like 7th in the all-time top goal scorers in the Premier League. Obviously, Liverpool's all-time Premier League top goal scorer. Like, he just gets better and better every season. And you think he's going to be on the decline because obviously 32 years old now, he's getting on a little bit, but no, he's not stopping, and that's why it's really important to get him on a new deal.
Yeah.
Just so someone can learn from him.
I'm gonna try. How many goals has he got in the Prem?
168, I want to say.
Yeah, 165 he's got. Which, well, yeah, he's currently 7th.
Yeah.
He's 4 of Henry.
Obviously, he's going to get that. I think if he stays next season and has a similar season, I think he can breach top 5. Obviously, he's not going to get to Kane. He's not going to get to Shearer. He's not. I mean,
why not?
How many is Kane?
Kane's on like 190, 200.
Yeah, I thought he was on 200.
Let me go all time Prem top goal scorers. Here we go. Yes, yeah. Kane's got 213. Obviously, Shearer's on 260. Yeah, Salah's coming for it, mate.
Oh yeah,
He's coming.
yeah. But no, I think there is no debate anymore. Like especially with we need to stop trying to force the conversation between him and Hazard, and you've got to really put him in a conversation with the Kanes, with the Shearers, with the Rooneys, with the Ronaldos, with the Henrys. He is an all timer, and he is the best winger to ever play in the Premier League. And
so he's on 165. He's 8th. Henry's at 7th with 175. Then you've got Lampard with 177 and Aguero with 184. I don't think he'll catch Aguero this season.
No.
Because he's still got another 29 goals. But I think 12? Can you get 12 more?
That'll take him to
12
20.
more.
That'll take him to 20 this season.
Yeah, if he gets 12 more, minimum, or I would say 13 more, he puts him 6th.
And then let's say if he gets 15 next season if he stays, that puts him right up there in the top 5.
Puts him 5th. And then, so if he gets 15 and then beats Aguero, he's only 2 off Andy Cole.
And that's like 15 is a poor season for Salah. Like he has the ability to get another 20.
And then he'll be 4th, sorry. And then the next record is Kane with 208.
But I think
we can get close.
I think best case scenario Salah stays for another year. Worst case scenario he leaves in the summer, which is going to be a dark day, and I probably will cry. But I mean we've just glazed Salah for like the last 10 minutes. Let's move on to the striker.
Yeah. That's a segment in itself.
Exactly. I'll go first this time. So my striker is someone that has really, really impressed me this season. I think he has been absolutely phenomenal, and someone that you don't expect. My striker is Chris Wood. I think he is. He's just new Nottingham Forest's guy. Like, would you think that he'd be what? I think he's like 3rd in the top scorers list. I think only Haaland.
He's top 8.
Yeah, I think only Haaland and maybe Palmer have got more than him. I know he's level with Salah. He's level with Salah.
Yeah, he's level with Mbeumo as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Mbeumo, yeah.
And then there's no one else.
Just Haaland.
It's just them.
Yeah, and if you look at him, you think he's like he's massive, like he is built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's got the. I get a lot of Mark Viduka vibes from him. Obviously, Australian, New Zealand. I'm gonna get like it's great for it, but they're pretty much the same thing. But I get a lot of Mark Viduka vibes from Chris Wood, and I think he could break 20 this season.
He's like what I'm getting from him as well. Is like Vardy.
Yeah.
Like he's reached. I think he's 30. I think he's older than 30. I think.
Yes, I believe so. I think he's like 32.
And then what's happening to all these? Yeah, 32. He'll be 33 in December.
Fucking hell.
And like why? Like strikers turn 30 and then just take over the Prem.
Yep.
Like what we were saying about Salah, he's 31. And what's going on? It's no longer the between 24 and 28 is your prime. Not in the Prem.
Nope.
Once you hit 30, mate, that's when you're going to start. Crazy. I've also got Wood on my team, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't gather that. Like anyone that says Haaland, you're boring, and you captain Haaland in FPL every single week.
And
I know you, Timmy, Jessica, sitting there watching this. Yeah, fucker.
I mean, also, if you say Haaland is Yeah, he may have the goals, but he's just not a very good footballer, and that's just the truth. He's an amazing goal scorer.
Smacks the ball very hard.
He's an amazing goal scorer. Like, obviously, he does his job and he does it very well. But when you're trying to compare him to other strikers, you just can't really.
No.
Like, he's just there to score goals, and his overall play isn't great. He's improving. Don't get me wrong, he's improving. But I think especially because is it this season Pep's last season with City?
Yeah.
I think under a different manager, I don't think he's going to get nearly enough.
Hey, don't get me wrong. If this Haaland was a striker, 70s, 80s, 90s, he'd be winning the Ballon d'Or every single season. Because that's all it was back then.
Yeah, it was just goals.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, but now there's more. You need more to your game. Like, that's why I always stand on the Harry Kane hill. Always.
Yeah.
Like, he brought assists, brought dribbling with his speech and on the pitch. Like, he just did absolutely everything. And then people are moaning at him when he comes back into midfield to collect the ball and push back up. You're a striker. No, that's what Kane's good at. Kane is good at bringing back the play and giving it to other people. Haaland, I see a lot of Carlos Tevez in Haaland.
Yes.
Just sit on the edge of the box, waiting.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's just like, no. Yeah, cool, you can score a few goals. Congratulations. Thanks for my FPL points. But I want more from him.
Yeah. I want him to adapt into a modern striker.
Yeah,
but is he good enough to do it? That is the question. No.
I don't think so.
No. I mean, we'll have to see how, because obviously with Pep leaving City at the end of the season, I mean, we had Klopp last season, Pep this season. I mean, I'm hoping and praying this is the reign of terror of Man City is over now. But
I mean, we already know that whoever the manager is going to be, they're just going to be there and go, you remember how Pep wanted you to play, right? Yeah. Just do that.
Yeah.
And that's all that's going to happen.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be a manager that's just there to stamp out his career. Yeah, like I don't see a Zidane going there. I don't see an Allegri going there. Like I think it's someone like a Southgate will take over.
Southgate, De Zerbi.
Yeah.
Someone along those lines.
Yeah. But so.
Oh my God! Imagine, plot twist, Jose Mourinho.
Oh. You know what? I could see it happening though. I could see it happening. And you know what? I think Jose Mourinho is one of the managers that would get the best out of Haaland. I genuinely think that, because obviously, just shithouse.
Make him Drogba 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah. I mean, I didn't expect our teams to be that similar, because I was going to do like a poll or something saying like whose team is better, but I think we have
like 4 differences, if that.
The goalkeeper, right back, left back, and 1 centre back.
Yeah.
The rest of it was the same. Fucking hell. But no, yeah, okay, well, I'm not even going to ask now, but yeah, they were our Premier League team of the seasons. If you want to let us know what you think of them, go for it. But yeah, that was fun.
I love it. So, next segment is all about Thomas Tuchel and what we think is going to happen with him in the England job. My notes on here, I got Mason Mount, overload of Chelsea players. What formation are we going to play? Let's have a little rundown from Zach. I want to see what you think of this acquisition.
Okay, so first of all, I want to just give a big shout out to Lee Carsley. I think being the interim manager, he's actually injected a bit of like not picking your favourites, as England have been for so many years, and players like Curtis Jones, Taylor Harwood Ellis, was he the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Conor Gallagher, all getting their first England goals over this international period, and I think Carsley has done a really good job, but he was never going to be a full-time manager. Like he knows his place. He's there for the under-21s, and fair play. Thank you for given me a little bit of hope when it comes to England. But Thomas Tuchel was the man that I think best case scenario. I think he was the best case scenario, and like was he Bayern's manager before this?
Yeah, it was at Bayern.
Yeah.
And then he didn't win the Champions League, so they sacked him.
Yeah. So I'm happy with the appointment. I'm happy. I think he is. I hate this whole facade that a national manager should be from that native country, because there's not always good enough managers in there who's available. Like realistically, I think that the best English manager is Eddie Howe, but he's not going to leave Newcastle, is he?
No. And like, if we, all the people that are sitting there going, we need an English manager. Okay, you're going to be happy with Graham Potter, are you?
No, fuck no.
Because that's who we would have gotten.
Yeah.
Like, Eddie Hall.
How?
That is a different person.
That's a different sport.
Yeah. Yeah, Howe's already said that he didn't even get called. Wasn't even shortlisted.
No, I think they knew that they wanted Tuchel. I think they knew they wanted Tuchel.
Yeah, I mean, him or a different German manager, I would have been very happy with.
Oh, I would have been very happy with that. What a certain director of Red Bull.
Yeah,
yeah.
Person that's been turned on by Borussia Dortmund fans.
Won't get over it.
The club founded in 2007. Grow up a. Like...
I mean, he also won them the league title. So, suck on a pineapple. Grow up.
No thanks, I'll die.
But yeah, I think Tuchel was the best option, and is the best option, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he picks his team first of all. Whether he's going to go with players he trusts to start with, and players obviously as an ex-Premier League manager, he's watched these players. Maybe a bit younger. Obviously, like you've got like your Rashfords, your Grealishes, your Kanes, your Trents, all of that stuff. But I think he's going to be a manager who isn't going to pick by favouritism. He's going to solely base it off of form, which I think, especially now, is going to be a real breath of fresh air. So I'm interested. I've always said that I don't really like international football. I don't enjoy watching it. I watch the Euros, I watch the World Cup, but like the Nations League, like this weekend and last week, I didn't watch any of the games. I did watch the highlights of last night's game last night because I just wanted to see how the goals were. But I don't watch international football, but I'm excited to look how we do play under Tuchel.
See, going on to your point of favouritism, there is a certain English player which currently isn't playing the best, but Tuchel absolutely loves him. Mason Mount at Chelsea, he could do no wrong for Tuchel. He absolutely loved him all the time. Do you think there might just be one player or two players that Tuchel goes, I still know that this guy's amazing, and will Mount feature in the England squad at all?
I don't think so. I think that it's a very different Mason Mount that Tuchel had at Chelsea. Right now, he should be like taking a more of a senior role, and he doesn't even get on the bench for Man United. Like, I mean, if I'm not against it, like if Mount proves he can still play, I'm not against it. But he was like, especially with Southgate, he was like the guy on the team sheet that I was like, why the fuck is he playing? Like, he isn't very good. Like he had like one season at Chelsea where he was exceptional, but other than that, it's the same. It's the same. Like, I can kind of like utilize it in the whole Pogba situation. Kind of relevant because obviously he's coming back to football, but Man United fans glaze Pogba. But for me, he was always
surprised if he was back.
Like, for like Paul Pogba, I think always showed classes of being world class, but was never consistent enough. And I think that's the same with Mason Mount. He's got the potential to be up there, but I just don't think he's shown enough, and I don't think Tuchel. It's a different. International football is a different ball game. Like you're not just playing against. Like you're not playing games every week.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's like I think I would definitely not rule it out, but it's got to be like he's got to find himself in the United team. But when he has played for United, he's been shocking. He's been shocking.
He's like 0011 or something like that.
If not more. If not more.
Yeah. So, obviously, we know where Tuchel's come from, which Premier League side he was managing. Obviously, my manager at the time got him sacked, which was fantastic. He had a few players that played for Chelsea still, that he loved and adored, and that are currently in and around the England team. They're not consistent starters, but do you think now with Tuchel in charge, some of these Chelsea boys will have more of a chance, or do you reckon he's cutting ties with them?
It depends what players you're thinking of.
See, I'm thinking like Colwell. I'm thinking obviously Gallagher at the time.
I think Colwell, yes. I think he's probably going to be a starter. I think, like, I mean, to be fair, like if you're gonna go for a back four, I think John Stones and Levi Colwell, perfect. I think they suit each other very well. But I think that, stick to what I said. I think he's going to base it solely on form, and players who perform, like in those games. Obviously, we've got to wait till March now to see a Thomas Tuchel England side.
Oh no!
Thank God. But I mean, but it's football at the end of the day. Injuries happen. Like, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I think Colwell, yes. I think Gallagher will be in and around. I don't think he'll be a starter, because like I'm going to show a bit of bias, but I think Curtis Jones is better, especially in that kind of role. Because obviously you've got Declan Rice being the 6, Jude being the 10. I think Curtis Jones is the perfect player to play in between them, and he's showed it over these last 2 games.
He has been quality. Like, I'm just like, what's going on? Again, a player that I thought was a Spurs fan when you came to us last season, single-handedly giving us the win. He's like, what is happening with players that just randomly getting these chances, and they're just it's taking me back to prime Barclays.
Yeah.
From just a random kid that just pops up and bang, they're just amazing. Which brings me on the question of, we've got so many big names, like especially in the attacking positions in midfield. What formation and what lineup would be the best for you going forward?
I think we have to play to our players' strengths. So I think we need to have a 2 up top formation. Because I think obviously Kane's got to be there, but I don't think he's not at the point of his career where he can be a lone striker. So I would have maybe an Ollie Watkins up there with him. So maybe like I hate it, but I do like England in the 3-back. Like that World Cup in 2018 where we played a 3-back. I think that's probably the best England have played since probably 66.
And with Stones in that 3-back as well, he does it at City, pretty much. And if we do have Rico Lewis come through, and we do put Foden on that side as well, it's gonna honestly gonna be Eric Brown, Zach KWPSN, and the Italian striker on that left hand side, and it's
the trio.
Mental. So it's gonna be the trio. Like, genuinely, it's gonna be mental. And then we're just gonna rip teams apart because we're just gonna tiki-taka through them. You're gonna go Foden, Palmer, Jude, Kane. And then that's going to be a goal every single time.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But going on. So I would like a 5-2-1-2. So
I like it.
so goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper is the biggest story at the moment. Like who's going to go in goal? And right now I haven't got an answer.
I think Pickford's got one more tournament in it.
I trust Pickford in a tournament because obviously he's been our goalkeeper in tournaments for like the last nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see like an up and comer come through. Like obviously you've got the Johnsons, you've got Dean Hendersons. I don't think either of them are good enough. Nick Pope also don't think is good enough.
I think
Ramsdale, Pickford, and Trafford.
Depends.
I think the three that should go to the World Cup next year is Trafford, Ramsdale, and Pickford. I think that's what I would like to see.
Hey, we never know. By the time the World Cup comes around, we could have a new English goalkeeper on the scene.
Yeah.
That's how quick football is nowadays. It's just mental. Pickford's probably sat at home licking his lips, going, "Yeah, World Cup, yeah, gonna be there, mate." Boom, some random teenager could just pop up, and then have the most disgusting 18 months of their career, and then that's it for him.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, I think back three kind of picks itself. I think John Stones, Levi Colwill, and you can like chop and change between the right side and the centre back. Like I think you've got like I mean Kyle Walker can play there, but I don't really trust him. You've got Joe Gomez, even Harry Maguire, anyone of that lines.
There's a name that you didn't say, and I know what's going to happen to me in the comments exactly. Tomori.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know people are going to go, "Why? Because it's fast on FIFA." No, I watch a lot more of Syria at the moment because there's an app that I use. I won't name the app. It's a free app. It's a legit app, but I won't name it because no free promo. And then you can watch all the Serie A games on there. Yeah. And sometimes when it's because they kick off at stupid o'clock in the day, and I'll stick it on. And I watched AC Milan the other week, and Tomori was quality. Yeah, I mean, I have seen a bit of Tomori because obviously somehow we always play them in the Champions League every season. So I know what he's about, and yeah, he doesn't get a fair share, probably because he plays outside of England and he's not like a big name. Like Bellingham is different. Bellingham is Bellingham. Like Bellingham didn't even. No disrespect to Birmingham, but Bellingham didn't even start in England. People started to know who he was at Dortmund. Yeah. Like it's just there's just names in here. I mean, I think centre backs and left backs are our issue. See, I do like the Rico Lewis shout. I think he's very good. But also like, it's good to have a lot of options because it's competition, and that's where we've lacked under Southgate because the team picked itself, or he just picked his team. That I mean, realistically, the whole favouritism thing I don't agree with. I think to a certain extent, but I think he picked players he can trust. Yeah, I mean, there's some times where I looked at it and gone, Hendo, really? Mm-hmm. But like, especially like with Maguire, didn't play a game in like 3 months, still picked him. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, you at least try and hide it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, with Tuchel, I feel like we're gonna have the Chilwells. We're gonna have Palmer's. Obviously, Palmer deserves it. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I think there's gonna be a few Chelsea players in there. I wouldn't be surprised if Reece James finds himself back in the English setup. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. just because he knows that he can do that. Because we, like you say, we watch Southgate pick his favourites all the time. That kid that played yesterday probably never play again.
No, it's true.
Until he's a bit older.
That's what I mean. It's like Curtis Jones, for instance. He didn't get picked. He only came because of all the dropouts.
Mm.
But
I think he's cemented.
I don't think so. I think he'll favour Gallagher over Curtis Jones.
He has his ways. I will. No, I mean, to take a step back. No matter what the England team is, someone's got something to say about it.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
and that's
you
the thing.
Cannot please.
And I will be behind. I will be behind him. I'll be behind him. Like we're talking about him like he's been the manager for a year. Like he's not even
started yet.
He's not even picked a team yet. Like I think he may have had some kind of influence on the team that Carsley picked, but realistically, with all the injuries, there wasn't much that Carsley could have done, and we got 2 very good results in the Nations League. Obviously, we're back up to the A tier of the Nations League now, which is fantastic. We're actually playing against teams that actually will give us a go. Like, no disrespect to...
But Hungary. Remember we got battered by Hungary?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was...
Stop like masterclass. But yeah, but I think... got to give him a chance and to see what he does. I think maybe not the World Cup because it will be his first competition, but I think the Euros in 2028 definitely could be an England trophy coming out.
That seems far away, but it's not going to be, is it?
No. We get the World Cup out of the way, and it's going to fly. It's always obviously because there's an international tournament every 2 years. That first year drags, but that second year flies.
No, but normally in that gap year we've got the Asian Cup and the Africa Cup of Nations. So something, I guess.
I mean, and we do have something new next year. We have that Club World Cup next year.
There you go then.
Which
so
I think, but that's what I mean. I think more people are going to get behind it because one, it's not a league. It's not a nations. It's not the Super Cup. It's a World Cup format that isn't going to happen every year.
Yeah.
And I think that it's interesting. I think, and potentially with how the Premier League especially is gone this year, could see some interesting teams in it next year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just to wrap up and end on this. We are here to support everyone in their mental health journey. Hence why the vice captain over here, Water King, will be a part of another charity event next year hosted by myself and the wonderful Italian striker.
Shout out you,
Minds Combined 2025. We are back. You're in for a big one. That's the tagline I'm going for.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, right? Chill the fuck out. Ilkeston 2025, first week of June. Sponsorship availabilities are open. Message the Minds Combined Instagram. We're going to see how big we can make this event. We've got so many things planned and lined up. It's going to be fantastic.
Stay tuned.
And this man here, you want to see him ball. Last year, it was a bit meh because he hurt himself, right?
I did.
Silly goose. But this year, I know this man. He's going to train for it, and he's going to absolutely tear apart Strikers FC.
Already started.
For the second year in a row.
I mean, I got arguably other than goals, I probably got the clip of the entire game. Sorry, Gerard. Sorry, Gerard. Shout out, Gerard. Sorry, mate.
It's all in aid of Mind Charity because no one needs to go through tough times alone.
No, 100%.
If you ever need anything, reach out, friends, family, whoever, your favourite content creators. If you go to them, they might not get back to you straight away. But hey, something to look forward to, and they'll help you out.
Exactly that.
It's been Connor JD.
Sake WPSN.
This is the Build Different podcast. We used to be a part of a group.
We did.
And I'm going to nick this, right? We're not here to take part.
We're here to take over.
But
Thank you all for watching the first episode. It's been an absolute blast. I will leave links to both of our social medias in the description down below. And stay tuned for next week's episode because I've got a very special guest coming on. But no, thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you next week. This episode will be out at some point today. I just have to edit it because I have nothing else to do. But yeah, follow us with on Instagram. I haven't really decided. That is so cool. What? But yeah, it's been a pleasure sitting here with you, Connor. I don't even know how long we've been going for, but yeah. Yeah, but no, it's been a blast, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.